we need to talk. So, me and my friends went to go see Dunkirk this weekend at the IMAX at Mall of Georgia, at the 70 millimeter experience. And the people that I brought never seen an IMAX film or never even been to an IMAX theater. So I thought, what better way to go to an IMAX film for your first time than to see a movie directed by you? Like, if there's anything that you can do, it is make a great IMAX experience. That's first and foremost. And did we get that with Dunkirk? Yes, absolutely. You know, the 70 millimeters, just seeing it that big, and to see the war and action and it was great. It was spectacular. However, when the movie was over, we all walked out of the movie theater and we looked at each other and we said to ourselves, I don't remember what I just watched. Why is that? Now, whenever we see a movie that you make or you direct, we usually leave and we think to ourselves, okay, what did we just watch? We have to recall our thoughts because you make non-linear storylines, and that's great. What you do is you require your audience's attention, and at the end, it all comes around like, oh, I got it. I didn't get it with this one, and I didn't feel as if the story was that complicated to follow. It just wasn't told in the best way possible. You are the writer and the director, like most of your films, so I can't help but think, like, what was his goal with the story with this? Maybe all he really wanted to do, or, all you really wanted to do, was make a movie to where you wanted to put your audience in the war of Dunkirk. And when you're in the middle of the war, you just have all this shit that's going on and you just don't know what you're going to do. All you want to do is get home. And by filming it in IMAX, maybe that was your way of bringing your audience closer to the story. However, putting your audience in a movie, you can't do that without character development. Your audience has to have a person or protagonist that they can follow, so at the end they feel as if they accomplished whatever the protagonist accomplished. They want to follow the journey. It's like if Peter Jackson made Lord of the Rings with no Frodo Baggins. He just puts you in the middle of the Fellowship as if you're the protagonist, like you're the one that's on this experience. It would not have come out as good. So you need that. You need character development. And dude, I can't even remember one character name from this. Okay, I remember George, but that's only because his name was in the font at the end of the film. It was in, the text, it was in the newspaper. That's it. Anybody else, put a gun to my head, I'm gonna die because I can't remember. I can't remember actors' names. There was nobody really in here that was, A-list or even B-list. Only people I can remember are Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, and Harry Styles. Everybody else was new to me. So, but anyway, I say that to say, without any character development or characters that I can connect to, and which, by the way, I don't see how any of the characters connected with each other towards the end. Because I was thinking, okay, Tom Hardy's in the sky. Everybody else is on the ground. It goes from day to night. There's all these different, people, but how are they related? I'm literally scratching my head thinking about this. Now, when you do that in your other films, I can see how they are going to come together at the end. Well, I tell you back, I don't see how they're going to, but I know for a fact they will, and it will make sense. Such as like Memento and Prestige and Insomnia, those films. But this one, I didn't get it. What's the connection? But see, that's just the character development part of it all. Now, the war was nice. It definitely felt realistic. But that's just not enough. Also, the pacing was a tad bit slow. Slow to the point to where this is an hour and 47 minutes. It still feels like a regular Christopher Nolan 2.5 hours. But it's, I can't even say it's justifiable because it's a short amount of time. So it's like, again, dude, your pacing was just slow as shit in this one. And sometimes it pays off, like in other films, like Inception. It had its slow pacing moments, but it all, paid off towards the end as to why the moments were the way they were. And this one, it's literally like in the trailer, when all the soldiers are in a boat or the captain or whatnot, and they're just looking up because they know a plane is coming to drop a bomb, and it's just like Hans Zimmer score, which, you and Hans Zimmer got your thing going. I'll give you that. But when the plane is coming, everybody's looking up, like, and then the bomb drops. Oh, okay, cool. Thought I was gonna die. Which, by the way, there was no bloodshed. I understand it's PG-13, but if you're trying to make a movie to where your people are going to be in the middle of the war and that's it, you might as well show some blood. Just saying. So, look, man. I'm sorry, but I was very upset with this film. It was nothing but war, and on top of that, before going into this, I heard nothing but Oscar buzz. Like, you had like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now it's a 95%, which is still pretty high. So my expectations were a little bit above average. And it's Christopher Nolan. Of course it's going to be amazing. At least that's what I thought. But no, man, this one and Interstellar, man, they're kind of putting me to sleep. You know what this movie felt like to me? Because going into this movie, I wanted to feel some type of, anxiety or intensity. I wanted something to grab on as the movie was going. I didn't get that in this film. What I got was more of relief. And relief in a way to where, like, you're in school, and instead of having a test or a lecture, all you have to do is watch this history video and don't fall asleep. That's it. In a way, I'm happy to do that. Yes, I would love to watch this video for just an hour until the next period comes. But that's it. I'm not going to remember this video when I leave. I'm just going to be chilling because it's a free history film, It might help me on the test, but that's not you. There's more than that. There's characters, there's actors, there's plots, there's development. There's none of that in Dunkirk. It's just war. And people are saying that, this is Christopher Nolan Saving Private Ryan. I mean, yeah, that's arguably true. That's not even arguable. That is true. This is the only war film. But at least with Saving Private Ryan, we had Tom Hanks to go with throughout the whole film. Who did you have? Don't even remember. No, it's not even worth it, man. I got more satisfaction this weekend from Girls Trip. Fucking Girls Trip! Christopher Nolan, what are you doing? Dude, like, I want you to go back to your imagination, man. Back with Inception, Memento, Prestige. Those were cool films. These last two that you did, space, war, and yes, they did feel realistic, but you didn't give me enough to grab on. These are... I don't even know. Is Dunkirk... Would you consider Dunkirk a biopic? Is that what Dunkirk is? Is that... I could probably get a little bit more on board with Dunkirk if it's a biopic. Because it's like when you see Saving Private Ryan, that's not really a biopic of D-Day. It's just, a movie that takes place in D-Day. So no, I can't say yours is biopic. So yeah, no. I take it back. No, I don't take it back. You're still on a thin line. I hope you step it up. Well, I can't even say step it up. You're Christopher Nolan. I hope you just give us what we liked the first time. Which is, again, imagination. Give us some Inception. Give us some Prestige. Give us something to where we're just on the edge of our seats, wondering where is this man going to take us with his vision, and how is it all going to pay off at the end. With this one, I looked at my friend and was like, that's it? They got on the train, they got to Dunkirk. I don't care. Because I don't even know who these characters' names are. Now look, there are some good moments where characters were, doing their thing to where I was getting a little bit invested, but just a little bit. I didn't have my expectations high to where it's like, okay, from here on out, the movie's going to be... No, not at all. So, yeah, that's what I think about your movie, Dunkirk, Mr. Nolan. We'll see what happens in 2020, because I assume that's going to be when your next movie comes out, because 14, 17, now 2020. So, yeah, I'll just leave you with that.